All right, if you're a creator, you know this feeling. You pour your heart and soul into a video, you hit that publish button, and then you just hope. Well, today we're going to swap out that hope for a real solid strategy. We're going to break down exactly what it takes to master YouTube SEO in 2025 so you can actually engineer your success instead of just, crossing your fingers.
I mean, this quote just hits home, right? You can spend weeks on a video, hit publish, and crickets. It is probably the most frustrating part of being a creator, and it really nails the problem. Just having great content isn't enough to cut through the noise anymore. But here's the good news. That doesn't have to be your story.
So that's the big question, isn't it? How do you actually make that shift? How do you stop guessing and start building a real data-driven strategy? Well, that's exactly what we're about to tear down. Let's dive in.
Okay, so first things first, let's put a name to the problem. We're calling it the visibility problem. And it really boils down to this old habit of upload and pray. You know the drill. You create something amazing, you upload it, and you just kind of hope the YouTube gods smile down on you. But as we've all learned the hard way, hope is not a strategy.
The solution? It's all about learning to speak the algorithm's language. And that language, it really has two dialects. On one hand, you've got the cold, hard data, the stuff that AI is great at crunching. And on the other, you have the warm, messy, human psychology of your audience. You absolutely 100% need both of these to win.
And this right here, this really shows the huge shift that's happened. The old way, it was all about keyword stuffing. I mean, we all did it. Just jamming as many keywords as you could into your title and description and hoping something would stick. But the new way, the smart way, is all about understanding intent. It's not just about what people are typing into the search bar, but the why behind that search. What problem are they trying to solve? What are they really looking for?
So let's kick things off with your new secret weapon, artificial intelligence. Seriously, AI isn't some sci-fi thing anymore. It's a real, essential tool that should be in every creator's toolkit. And if you use it the right way, honestly, it can feel like you have an almost unfair advantage.
Okay, so here are 3 practical ways you can start using AI, like right now. First, for discovering trends and those little niche keywords before they blow up. Second, to generate video topics that are actually based on what your audience wants. And third, and you really got to pay attention to this one, boosting your discoverability with AI captions. Just think about it for a second. Accurate captions mean every single word you say becomes searchable. It's a massive, and I mean massive SEO boost that so many people just ignore.
But look, AI is only half the story. It's just a tool, right? A tool to help you connect with the humans on the other side of the screen. Because at the end of the day, the algorithm doesn't binge watch your content, people do. And YouTube's entire business is built around one thing, keeping those people watching.
So, how does the algorithm know if a viewer is happy? Well, it all comes down to these 3 big metrics. Think of it like a chain reaction. A high click-through rate, or CTR, means your title and thumbnail did their job, they got the click. But then high watch time and audience retention prove that your video actually delivered on the promise you made. When you nail that combination, that's when YouTube says, okay, people like this, and start showing it to a whole lot more people.
And this is how you get those numbers up. It's all about mastering that human element. Your thumbnail and title, they're not just decorations. They're a contract with the viewer, a promise. They have to spark curiosity, for sure, but they also have to instantly communicate that you have the answer to their problem. It always comes back to satisfying that search intent.
All right, so you've done all the work. You've optimized your video, you've nailed the human psychology. You hit publish. Job's done, right? Not even close. In fact, the moment you publish is when a whole new phase begins. This is where you start building what's called a network effect around your content.
Let me put it this way. The YouTube algorithm is a little insecure. It's constantly looking over its shoulder for clues from the rest of the internet. It wants to know, hey, is this video just popular on YouTube, or is it a big deal out there in the real world too?
And these are the exact kinds of signals that answer that question. Every time your video gets shared on social media, or embedded in a blog post, or shouted out by another creator, each one of those is like a little vote of confidence. It's a signal that tells YouTube, yep, this piece of content matters. It has authority. Now, those outside signals are amazing for building long-term authority, but you also got to pour fuel on the fire right here on the platform. And that fuel, it's all about engagement. And I'm not just talking about getting a bunch of great video comments. I'm talking about sparking actual conversations in your comments section. Every like, every share, and, this is a big one, Every time a viewer clicks to watch another one of your videos, you're sending a powerful signal of loyalty. And trust me, loyalty is a currency the algorithm understands very well.
You see, when you get this right, something amazing happens. Your community stops just being a bunch of people who watch your videos. They become active partners in your channel's growth. They're literally your co-pilot, helping you tell the algorithm exactly where to go.
Okay, this brings us to the final and maybe the most important piece of the puzzle, future-proofing your strategy. Look, the YouTube algorithm is always changing, so if your strategy is just a static checklist, you're going to get left behind. You don't need a checklist, you need a living, breathing system.
Seriously, if you only remember one thing from this whole explainer, make it this. YouTube SEO is not a set-it-and-forget-it kind of deal. It's a constant feedback loop. You test, you learn, you refine. Then you do it all over again.
And this is what that loop looks like in the real world. You're not just making thumbnails anymore. You're A/B testing them to see which one gets a 1% better click-through rate. You're not just watching your competitors. You're actively hunting for the content gaps they've left wide open. And you're definitely not just looking at your view count. You're diving deep into your audience retention graphs, pinpointing the exact second viewers dropped off so you can make sure it never happens again.
So really, it all boils down to this. The crucial point is this. You have to stop chasing trends and start building a system. Chasing trends is exhausting. It's like trying to build a house on quicksand. But building a system? That's building a foundation on solid rock. It's repeatable, it's durable, and it's how you actually win this game long term. So, I want to leave you with one final question to think about for your own channel. Take a hard look at what you're doing and ask yourself, is my strategy built to last, or is it just built to trend? Because what we've talked about today isn't just about getting a few more views on your next video. It's about building a system that creates a loyal audience for years to come.